Alright guys, today I'll show you how to win more arena games. First of all, I want to shout out to Isa. I believe that's his name. I believe he's in Arab too. Shout out to him for the suggestion for me making this video. And let's start off basically with the first point, how I got better, right? By playing a lot. Firstly, I play 4 hours a day maybe, and it's not that the time you spend in a day, sometimes I don't play at all, but the consistency. Like I started playing this season, especially this season, chapter 4, season 2, and I basically got better through playing a lot and playing like patient and actually focused, you know. So let's go into the specifics first, okay? What you need a good system. So what I mean by a good system is 120 FPS. If you can go more, that's fine, but it won't make that much of a difference. 120 FPS, I believe PS5 has 120 FPS if I'm not wrong. And then you need a stable FPS. Why do I say a stable FPS? Let's say I want to triple edit, right? Boom, boom, boom. If my FPS drops, like at the end here, I won't be able to hit the wall. You see a lot of people mess up this part because their FPS drops. So with a lot of builds around you, the less FPS you get because you can't edit. Okay? This was not a FPS issue, but you know what I mean, right? Sometimes you can't just edit because of the FPS. You need 120 and very stable. So how to get a stable FPS is by closing other applications and turning off unnecessary things in your settings. And of course, low input delay. This requires like things like such as mouse. Your mouse needs to be good. I use GPX. Your keyboard needs to be good as well. I use Apex Pro. So they have low input delay, and you can do that as well on your Windows settings. But on PS5, I don't know how, but I'm sure there are ways to lower input delay there as well. Fourth point, what I did to get better is 2 things. And those 2 things apply to all games. I get good at all games if I want to. And that is play a lot. That's natural. Every game I play a lot, I get better at. Like it doesn't matter your genetics, what you know, how smart you are. If you play a lot against good players, eventually you get good. That's it. That's the golden rule. I don't care what anybody says. If you play a lot against good players, eventually you're gonna be at a certain point where you kind of challenging them, if you know what I mean. And if you don't get good, maybe quit, I think. But the second thing you need to do to get good is what I did is learn from my mistakes, right? So let's say this guy is very good. He's pushing me. He's here. Boom, edit, I'm getting nervous, right? I'm going like this, but he's very confident. He knows how to play this game. Okay, he's pushing me from here. Boom, he's doing like this, piecing me up here, and he take the wall. 200 on me, and I'm dead, right? So basically, what I do, I don't get angry. Sometimes I do because that's natural, right? What I do after the game is I don't watch replay. I'm not that nerd. I just focus on what I could have done that made me more dangerous to him and less dangerous to me, if you know what I mean. Like what could I have done better to not lose this fight. I come up with things and then I don't practice them, but I think about them. And then the more you play, the more you're gonna put scenarios more in your head, and the more you're gonna understand how people play. Once you understand that, you're gonna lose less fights and you're gonna be able to win more fights. So basically learn from your mistakes. Let's say you were low HP, your position was bad, you took a left hand peek and you died, boom. Things like that. You just ask yourself question every time you die. Always drop your ego. and stay consistent. It's important to stay calm and actually think about what you could have done better. This is a very important step people actually overlook, okay? Then the fifth point is the things that you do outside the game can actually affect how you play. Let's say you have a schoolwork, the submission date is tomorrow. You're gonna be in your middle of the fight and thinking about that thing, about the assessment you have to do. You're just gonna be doing random stuff and you're gonna be playing on autopilot. If there's one thing you need to do in a game is never play in an autopilot mode. Always fix your life first, then start playing games. Otherwise, don't play games. And the second thing is don't overplay, because if you overplay, you're gonna do random things. You're gonna go hopping to creative and do random things. Unless you really have a free time, you can do that. But if you have things to do, just don't overplay. If you're gonna play focused. It's much better than overplaying, and you're gonna get better way faster that way. Sixth point is always try to think what you could have done better mechanically. So let's say you could have somebody's here in this box, and you just pick like this, and he's in the cone, and he's still gonna shoot you and kill you. Why? Because you're low HP. Let's say you're 75 and he's 115. He is able to shoot you and kill you. But you took the bad peek because you didn't edit well, and he predicted that. Also, even if you do peanut butter and jump, he still has 1 second to kill you if he's good. If he's good, he's gonna kill you. So what you can do is always play patient. Like, take your time. You can do window edit like this and take safe peek, or you can pre-fire, reset, boom, or you can go to the other way, boom, and he's not gonna be able to predict that. Okay, you can do it like this as well for better peek. So anything mechanically you mess up, you practice that the next day in creative. So how much time you need to spend on creative? This is a very important issue. A lot of people just play for like a million hours a day in creative and go to arena and just die every time off spawn. The way you need to fix that is by playing less creative. And when you play creative, you need to improve on something you're bad at. Let's say you're bad at box fighting, you play box fights. Let's say you're bad at build fights, you play build fight. And then let's say you're bad at piecing, you play piece control maps, right? This is how you improve at creative mechanically. So you're gonna fix the problems that you've had the last day in arena. Let's say bad edit, boom, you practice editing. Okay, let's say safe peaks, you practice peaks, things like that. Let's say tunneling, you practice tunneling, things like that. Okay, so the next point is pros, right? A lot of people watches pros to get better, but at the end of the day they play worse, right? The reason is because you copying their flashiness. You see them playing creative, doing like things like that, triple it down, boom 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 boom, things like that. You go crazy with the edits and you start copying them, right? But you never get good like this because what you're doing is just flashy things. If somebody has a good aim and you're trying to triple edit, he's just gonna predict that and kill you like right here. Okay, you don't have to do a lot of edits, you don't have to do triple edits to get good at the game. You just have to be smart and know what the other players want to do. So what you want to learn from pros is when they're playing serious, how they're playing serious. If they are outside of creative, if they are in a tournament, how they're playing, how they're taking peaks, how they're playing their fights. They're playing smart. Okay, so that's what you need to analyze, not when they are playing creative. Okay, and lastly, I want to show you my favorite edits and peaks. Okay, so I have 3 favorite edits, right? This is my favorite one, the middle window edit, because you can do things like that, piece them, and you can peek them safely. Even from right here, they can stay here. You can still peek them safely like this. You can play around it as well. You take it like this. You can do things like that. You can do things like that. I see martyrs do that a lot. Okay. You can do it. You can do it on top as well. You can do it in the bottom as well. No, I don't think you can. You can? Yeah, you can. You can. Sometimes I do it in a horizontal way, like this. You drop, boom. You can do it. Let's say he goes down. You already pieced him up. Boom. Okay. The next one is peanut butter classic, but people predict it a lot, so you need to be able to do it to finish the fight only. You finish the fight, boom. You can still do it safely sometimes, depending on the situation. Okay, this is my second favorite edit. You can do it safely because you can stay here. Boom. Boom. Sometimes it's better to do it this way, because I see a lot. Sometimes you do it a lot like this, and people are able to jump quickly like this because you're low HP, or they can do it boom like this and kill you. So this way is better because you don't have to move your camera a lot. So you can do it like this, boom, and reset or change your position. Okay. My last favorite edit is this one, the right window. With this one you can play around it as well. Like it's so nice. Even left window edit, it's so nice. You can do it. You can be like creative with it. You can take different walls. You can piece different things like this. You can play. You can also change windows. You don't have to play one window. You can go like this, like this, like this, like this. Let's say you move around a lot, and it's very safe. They can hardly see you if you play it right. Okay. So yeah, those are my 3 favorite peaks. And sorry if I sounded nervous. I never done video like this before. And yeah, if you want to see more videos like this, tips and tricks and things like that, please sub up and like this video so more people can watch. And thank you very much. So Zara Blue. Peace.